What's going on, guys? Matty Russell here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at cycling the aquaponics system in order to get it ready for fish and plants. Let's get stuck into the video. Now, when we talk about cycling the system, what we really mean is that you need to allow enough time in order for beneficial nitrifying bacteria to cultivate in the biomedia, which is the wet media inside your grow beds. When a system is fully cycled, it's reached a balance of nitrifying bacteria in the grow beds to be able to deal with the ammonia that's being produced from the fish waste. Now, when we talk about nitrifying bacteria, it's actually all around us in the atmosphere at all times. But what we want to do is cultivate an environment within the aquaponics system to ensure that the nitrifying bacteria has the best chance of thriving at its maximum capacity. In order to achieve this, we want to make sure that the system is online and continuously cycling. The water flowing through the system creates surface agitation, which puts dissolved oxygen into the water. Nitrifying bacteria is aerobic bacteria and thrives in an oxygen-rich environment. With that being said, it's not necessarily something that needs to be added into the system in as much as nature will put it in there as the system cycles. Some people have asked, where do I get nitrifying bacteria from? And while you can get products of bacteria boosters from aquarium shops, I wouldn't waste my money on those products because nature will take its course, give it time, and your system will develop the beneficial bacteria that it needs. So how long does it take for a system to cycle? Well, that actually depends on the climate and temperature that the aquaponics system is exposed to. But generally speaking, a good rule of thumb is anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks. For those of you who are beginners and just getting into it, I would recommend a minimum of a 12-week period. In colder climates, it can take longer. In warmer climates, the time is shorter, simply because nitrifying bacteria cultivates faster in a warmer climate. With all this being said, is there anything that you can do in order to speed up that cycle? And the answer is yes. What I would recommend doing is adding an ammonia source into the system. This creates food for the nitrifying bacteria to eat, consume, and multiply. One of the ways we can actually do that is to add a cap full of power feed, which is a fish emulsion and a seaweed extract, into the grow beds on a weekly basis. Another way to add ammonia into the system is to put a handful of fish food into your fish tank on about a weekly basis. This will eventually decompose and release ammonia into the system. The way this process actually takes place is there is a nitrifying bacteria called Nitrosomonas, which converts the ammonia into nitrite. Another bacteria called Nitrobacter converts the nitrite into nitrate, which is plant available nitrogen. So how do you know when your system is fully cycled? Well, I'd recommend getting an ammonia test kit from the local pool supply shop. That way you can test the water, test the ammonia levels, the nitrite levels, and the nitrate levels. When the system is fully cycled, you should have 0 ammonia, 0 nitrite, and a good deal of nitrate in order to feed the plants. But once the ammonia and the nitrite is removed from the system, your system is cycled and ready to add fish. But guys, I've got a bit of a confession to make. I personally have never actually used an ammonia test kit in any of my aquaponics systems. Your system will eventually cycle by itself whether you recognize it or not. However, for those of you who are beginning and just getting into it, it is very beneficial for you to test it to make sure that when you put fish into your system, they're not going to die from ammonia toxicity. And there you have it, guys. That's how you cycle an aquaponics system. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We'll catch you in the next one.